All right, everyone. Welcome to today's course, Chapter 4 of Keep Going Academy. We will discuss more on communication skills and how to communicate effectively with your prospects, potential clients, and clients that you already have that are existing to be able to win their trust and build long-lasting relationships with these prospects so you can land, so you can always be consistent with your business and be consistent with your goals and be consistent at growing your agency. Now, in this topic, we're going to discuss a lot about volumes, discuss about sale, how we go about pitching clients, how do we go about presenting our ideas and our offers to our prospects. And basically give you an understanding as to what it takes and why do clients and prospects want to do business with you and what you should look out for. So without further ado, let's get started with it. So first things first, you need to come off as an expert to your potential clients. Whoever you're doing business with, if you want to earn clients' trust and earn businesses' trust, you need to be able to speak confidently about your services and whatever you're offering. Your product and your offer is the key thing. And if you communicate about it effectively and show all the benefits, features and benefits of it, and to be able to explain the outcome of what the customer is going to achieve without having the fear of whether or not the end user, or should I say the prospect, the potential client, will accept it or not, is up to them. You can't always please every single one. You can't please every person on earth. But what you can do is you can always have confidence in what you're offering in your offer. That's one thing that I've learned running my agency, and that's something that you can take from today, is that always come off as an expert, even though you might not know certain things and you must be still learning. Always understand your offer in and out and have confidence the way you say it, the way you preach it, and know the outcome that the customer is going to get at the end goal, so that there's less objections at the end of the call. Now, this does lead to when you're having sales calls, is to always have confidence. Now, in the next chapters and the next course, I will go over this. I'll probably have a live Zoom meeting showing and sharing you what to expect. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the next one. So the next one, let customers sell to themselves. Now, you might be thinking, well, X, what do you mean by this? Well, think about it this way, right? Let customers sell to themselves. If you want to get the best, if you want to build the strongest relationship and build your business off of trust and build your business to have a long-lasting database of clients that you're serving, then you need to be able to find the clients that are willing to do business with you, that are willing to sell to themselves, that will always be selling to themselves and bringing their own ideas into the organization and into your agency alone, right? Now, the way you go about doing this is that, first of all, you need to understand what does it mean? What does this actually mean when you are letting customers sell to themselves, right? Allowing customers to sell to themselves means that the customer already knows what they want. Think about it this way. You are walking to a grocery store. Notice how everybody knows what they're going to buy, what they're going to sell. Maybe most of you have worked in a side job and maybe worked in retail before. Maybe some of you guys have worked in an environment where customers come every single day. They buy items. Maybe they're buying at a grocery store. Maybe they're buying at a clothing store, right? Maybe you've worked in any retail department, right, where customers come in and out, and you've always thought to yourself that how is this company able to get these customers to come and buy, right? With zero marketing efforts, right? Some of these companies don't even do any marketing efforts at all, which leads to the point is that the organization understood one thing, which is the agency itself also understood one thing, is that always be where the market is, right? Always find the right market, which leads me to the previous chapter that we read on, right? That went past, is that always find the right market, always be able to find ways of finding the right market. In the previous video, we said that the best market to work with is YouTube, is none other than the YouTube content creators. It's a very big market over there with 1.9 billion active users. But getting back to the point that I'm mentioning over here is that notice how everyone in the retail stores knows what they're buying. So people walk in, they buy fruit and they buy veg, they buy bread, they buy milk, and these are all commodity products, right? Fine. I mean, you might not be selling commodity items. You might not be selling bread. You might not be selling milk, and so on and so forth. But what you can sell is what everybody needs, right? If you do your research on what the market, if you're able to do good research, right, and find the right market, and to be able to serve services and items that will be able to complement the potential customer and what they're trying to achieve. Look at it this way, right? In the previous video, we said that I myself, I'm a video editor. I serve YouTube content creators, right? I edit videos for them on YouTube. Now, why do I use YouTube why do I use TubeMail Gorilla as my sourcing tool? Because TubeMail Gorilla allows me to source up to hundreds of emails on YouTube, of YouTube content creators who are in the real estate niche. I can serve them and edit their videos. Now, what is the benefit of that? What is my value proposition? My value proposition is that spend less time editing videos and more time focusing on showcasing your properties on YouTube and getting more clients, right? That is my value proposition. And I'll always get a 90%. There'll always be a 90% or a 60% response rate, positive response rate, because I'm serving the market at the right place. I'm serving customers who are interested in buying, who are selling to themselves because they need the services. Because why do they need the services? Well, they already believe in it. They already using YouTube, right? So they already sold themselves that, okay, I'm using YouTube, I'm editing my own videos, and I'm wasting my time here editing my videos. I would like to outsource this to someone that I trust. And which leads us to the next point, is that building that trust is also something very important. But also, just to keep note of this is something that's very important, is that always try and find customers, potential clients that will sell to themselves no matter what. And I'm going to show you on this video how you can do that exactly and how you can go about achieving that. So let's go to the next slide. Now, for this one, as we all know, is that focusing on volumes is the number one rule, right? The more emails you send, the better response rate. The more reply you send, the more DMs you send, the more cold calls you do, which I don't really recommend cold calls unless you are an outrovert. But if you're more of an outrovert and introvert like me, like myself, cold emails is the best way to go about doing it. I mean, with TubeMail Gorilla, you saw the power of the software and what you can achieve. I mean, for only $30 per month, you can achieve a lot of results with our software. So definitely recommend you to sign up today, and you'll never regret it. So focus on volumes, eliminate time wasters, right? Eliminate those who you think are not a good fit for your agency, right? And don't have a scarcity mindset, right? Do not have a scarcity mindset. Don't think to yourself that you are going to be serving every single person out there in the world. Just eliminate that mindset. Focus on those who are interested and who are willing to do business with you. Trust me, the more you do it, the more you prospect, the more emails you send, the more network and conversation you build with these potential clients, the more you'll find the ones that are willing to do business with you. Your job as the CEO and the founder of an agency is to just focus on sales and nothing else. It's just to focus on getting those clients coming in, and then hopefully down the line you can outsource your work, outsource your digital work, outsource your operation, outsource any production, any delivery work that needs to be done. But the core goal over here is to focus on sales and to focus on bringing those numbers and booked meetings. And like I said, with the help of Cube Milk Gorilla, you can achieve that. It's just that when you get those responses, you need to be able to filter responses, right, and be able to understand which leads are the time wasters and which are those that are a good fit for your agency. So always stick to the ones that you'll know that are going to be a good fit. And I'm going to show you as well how you can go about doing that, how you can go about finding those ones. How can you stay consistent with increasing the number of volumes, and until you're able to get those that are interested in your services, and almost guarantee your success rate of closing. Now, just like every other organization, right, an agency is no different. With an agency, you need to be able to present your ideas and present the outcome to your solutions. Now, every presentation has a solution, but with the solution, there's always an outcome. There must be a clear outcome of what the customer is going to get, right? What is the customer is going to achieve, right? Are you increasing the revenue, right? And if you're increasing the revenue, right, yes, that's the solution. But what is the actual outcome of it, right? Or what is the solution? So the increase in the revenue, but increasing the revenue by what? You need to be more specific about it, right? And also, maybe not increasing the revenue. Maybe you just helping them spend less time on admin, right? But what type of admin? Maybe admin on video editing, like I was mentioning, right? Which is going to be a lot of work, right? Editing. Be more specific about it, right? If you can tailor your offer in such a way that you become specific as to the outcome that the customer is going to achieve, right? And be specific about the solution and have the outcomes and list them all down, you'll be able to close deals almost 90%. You'll be able to understand, even if you don't close the deal, you will leave the meeting. You'll be able to leave the meeting, the Zoom call, knowing that the customer, knowing what the customer is going to get, knowing that the customer that has found value in what you're serving and will be able to trust you in the future to do business with you, even if they don't choose to do so in that time period, which is something that I would discuss as well, is that always also following up and having follow-up calls is always something that's always important as well, that will lead customers to doing business with you. Now, like I was saying, it goes about saying that having offers to present and having great presentation skills is very vital to running an agency and having closing deals with your clients. And even if you do close deals and you think that you are safe, well, guess what? You're still going to have to present solutions to the existing clients that you already have on your list, because they might have new problems, right? They might have new challenges. That is basically something that I'm having right now with one of my clients that I'm working with right now. I'm trying to present a Facebook ad strategy with him. I've been doing video editing for a while now, but we're looking into the Facebook ad strategy. That's something that my operating manager are currently working on right now together, and we are yet to achieve it for the client. Now, definitely, like I was saying, always present your offer, always find ways to present your offer. Presentation skills is very vital when running an agency. and if you can present the outcome to the solution that you're offering to your clients, to potential clients, you'll always win them every single time. And then also another thing is to always set up contracts, right? Always have a contract in place, right? Now, this leads back to the fear of the scarcity mindset. Now, yeah, we can all agree in that, we don't want to scare away any potential clients to say that, oh no, we are too expensive and this that. Well, in business, there's always an agreement. There's always going to be legal binding, right? It's very important to have a contract put in place with the work that you're doing with the potential client, and to make sure that you're creating relationships with these clients. If you want to build a relationship, now first of all, the benefits of creating a relationship, right? Let's just go over that first. The benefits of actually having a relationship is that you have long-lasting clients that will want to do business with you consistently, no matter what, right? If you're just working with one client and then you let them go and they never come back, I mean, what is the point of even closing that deal in the first place, unless it's a high-ticket deal? But mostly in this case, you'll probably be closing anywhere from around $500 all the way up. But with that being said, always having a contract in place, at least having a contract that's in duration for the next 3 months, meaning that the client can actually work with you for 3 months before they sign out, or they can pay you for the 3 months worth of work upfront. That will cover up the amount of 3 months worth of work. Then you can go ahead and budget it. Maybe you can sit down with your accountant if you're at a level where you've closed so many deals, or you can just do it yourself, right? You calculate how much time it's going to take you and what's the budget. Basically, having a contract in place is always important. So right now we are on my emails. Everything looks like a mess, but I'm just going to go ahead and look at my folder that I've created that has all my inbox of all the emails that I get from my potential clients and my prospects. Now I want to show you, leading back to the part that I was talking about, where we mentioned what it takes to find a customer that is willing to do business with you, right? That finding a customer that's going to sell to themselves, right? How do you go about finding a client that's going to sell themselves? Well, it's very simple, right? If you are able to send a cold email like this, right? Now, this is a cold email that I've sent, and you're able to get someone to actually reach out to you and tell you, thanks for reaching out, I'm interested, right? Open to 2 p.m. Zoom call, right? Now, I want you to understand this, right? I want you to look at this email very carefully, right? I sent one quite a lengthy email, right? I've went over, complimented, I've personalized the email. Yes, thanks to QMail Gorilla, I've been able to personalize it in bulk for every single prospect that I send, right? I've told the potential client who I am, what do I do, right? I've explained all my benefits. I've explained my testimonial. I've given him my testimonial over here. I've given him some, benefits, right, and the outcomes, which is very important. Which leads me to my point that I was mentioning over here, is that the offer that you presenting, the solution that you're presenting, must have an outcome, and the outcome is right over here, right? Time equals more value. And my call to action is to book a call with them on Zoom. Now, notice over here, the customer didn't really ask for any testimonials whatsoever, right? The potential client, tongue toast. The potential client didn't ask for any testimonials, didn't ask for any case studies, didn't ask for any previous work that I've done. They didn't even bother to send me a link, right? Or they didn't even bother to ask for my Instagram handle. They didn't bother to ask me all this nonsense that that most business owners would ask just to get past of the idea of not being sold to, because most of the times people are going to do that because they don't want to be sold to. They just want to say, it's just a nice way of saying that, I'm not interested. And I know, how do I know this? Because it's happened to me all the time. It happens to me every single time when I send cold emails. I will probably get 1 or 3 or 5 response rates that are really good. Because of QMail Gorilla, I've been able to get really good response rates. I've used other softwares, like I said, I've used other softwares out there, other email outreach tools, but it doesn't come close to what I've been able to achieve with the software that I've developed over the years with QMail Gorilla. So this is one of the good emails. This is what we call a prospects, a good customer that is selling themselves, right? They basically selling themselves over here. Now let's look at the next one. Now that we know what the best potential client is, right? Now what do we know about a bad potential client that to do business with, right? And probably the worst client you can have, because I've had clients that are that have underpaid me and have not built any good relationships with them, right? Some of them were just kind of really bad, right? So how do we know that the clients are good and the clients are bad, right? First of all, the clients that you want to avoid by all means, by prospects that you want to avoid by all means, even if they might look tempting, is to try and avoid ones that will just get straight to the point, that will ask you how much you charge, right? Now I know this sounds like it sounds cool to you that they're asking you this question, but first of all, they're not taking the time to understand you as an individual. They're not taking the time to actually understand who you are and what you're actually serving, right? They're not actually understanding your value proposition. And if they're not taking the time to understand the value proposition, that means that they don't even understand what it is that is being sold, right? They don't understand. They don't value the work that they're actually doing. So what this actually means as well is that the customer, the potential client over here is actually uneducated on the offer, on what is being sold and what they are achieving. You need to find customers that will sell to themselves, and the ones that will sell to themselves are knowledgeable about the offer that you're offering. They have some form of knowledge. They know how to do video editing. What I'm basically trying to say is, don't sell to, if you're selling video editing services, sell to people that have done video editing, right? Because they'll know the value of it. They'll know what time, how much it takes, right? What it takes to do that, right? So they will need to outsource that. They would want to outsource that. Don't sell to someone who doesn't know anything about video editing, at least at the beginning of your agency. I'm not saying that don't do this every single time, but I'm just saying that if you want to scale much quicker, you want to work with the pre-approved prospects, pre-approved clients, and that would be around presenting to people that sell to themselves, which is the previous one that I've mentioned, which is the previous screenshot that I sent just now. So definitely stay away from prospects that ask you how much does it cost, or whatever the case may be, that won't even take the time to book a call with you. Now here's another good one, right? Here's another good one. This is actually a potential client that is selling to themselves, right? Now, why do I say they sell to themselves? Because they're getting straight to the point. They're telling they saying that they need a promo video. I need 1 minute video, right? We already have a voiceover. Now, I might not have responded to this email, but I probably would have closed this deal. If I would have created a offer that is tailored to their needs, which is getting back to this point over here. You need to be able to create a presentation for every solution, for every client, because clients have got different problems, right? Not every single prospect and every single client that you're serving will have the same problem as the other client. All clients are different. Everyone's different. They all have different problems and solutions that they need. So because this is so important when you're presenting an offer and having presentation skills, this is obviously going to be very vital to this. So if I were to present this offer, if I were to present a offer tailored to their needs over here, I could really price it well. I could really add a really good price and price them well and on this, and explain the benefits and the outcome that they're going to get, and I would have closed this deal. So this is a good customer, a good example of a potential customer that is selling to themselves as well. So let's move on to the next one. Now, another good example of a customer that's selling to themselves is this one right over here, right? Now, notice over here they're getting more in detail, right? Now, yes, I did mention that they mustn't ask the price, but this is not always the case, right? Most of the times, prospects will ask you how much do you charge, right? Even if you don't give the price, even if you don't give the pricing on the email, which I don't recommend. In this case, I have, but I took the risk on that. Now they're not replying back to me. Now I probably know why they're not replying back to me, which is why I don't want to send any pricing on email, unless you know that it's a good fit. You know that you can obviously serve them. You know that you can do the work. In this case, I could tell that, okay, I'm not using Adobe Premiere Pro, and I'm not using any one of these softwares. And but this is a good potential client. This is a client that is selling themselves because they are getting more in detail as to what they need and what they're looking for. If you're able to present your offer and create a tailored solution to their needs, you'll be able to close them. So that's basically the idea. The idea is to basically be able to create a tailored offer for every single prospect that you want to do business with. And which takes me down to the last one, so the last email that I got from the very beginning, which is this one right over here. So one of these prospects that I have right over here, they wanted to do a TikTok video, right, for the TikTok and Instagram, for Instagram Reels. We would edit videos for them for TikTok. Now, same thing over here. Very good potential client to work with because they're getting straight to the point. They know what they want. Once again, if you would be able to present the offer, create a presentation that would be able to be enticing for them, then you'll be able to close the deal by any time. So now that you know the importance of communication and what it takes to have effective communication skills for your agency, it goes without saying that being an expert at what you're presenting goes a long way, right? That's first thing. Be confident at what you have to offer and go all in on it. Have no doubt, even if you know that even if you think that the potential client might not be interested, right? Might think that you're a little bit of an amateur in what you're offering. Just look over that. Just don't worry yourself too much about that. Don't look into that. You just stick to you just stick to your offer. Stick to what you believe in and go all in it and present it in the best form of shape that you can. And then also focus on customers who sell themselves. Focus on customers that know what they want, that sell to themselves, right? If you walk at a grocery store and a retail store and a clothing store, specifically at a grocery store, actually, if you walk around a grocery store, if you work at a grocery store as a replenisher or whatever the case may be, or a cashier, you'll probably notice that there's a bunch of people that just walking around bunch of customers that will walk around taking products, making impulsive buying decisions. And most of the times these are impulsive buying decisions because some people just buy stuff that they don't really need. They just buy a lot of crap they don't actually need at all. But you get those that will buy commodities, they'll buy stuff that they need, like milk, water, milk, fruit, veg, bread, all this stuff, right? And how is retail making this money? Well, retail has found a gap, has found a market, right? Has found a big enough market to serve, that they find a big enough market, and they're solving a common problem, right? Which is that everybody needs food, right? Everyone needs to eat, everyone needs health. And what about retail? What about the clothing department? Well, guess what? Everyone needs clothes. Everyone needs to wear something, right? If you're selling something, if you are in a marketplace, if you're selling at a marketplace where it's winter, where it's always snowing the whole time, and you are selling swimwear, do you think the business is going to work? Obviously not, right? But if you're going to Antarctica and selling to, if you're going to maybe, I don't know if I'm probably sure somewhere in the Netherlands, I probably read up on, it's probably snowing there all the time, right? If it's probably snowing in the Netherlands, and you go to the Netherlands, you visit the Netherlands, and you are selling swimwears, you probably wouldn't do so well. But if you're opening a store and selling jackets and raincoats, then now you're talking. Then maybe now you can make money, because now, guess what? You're in the marketplace, you're at the right time, and you are serving a popular and common solution. You are solving a common solution. Your solution is that you are selling items that help people stay warm during the winter time. Same thing with retail, and same thing with your agency. Once again, if you're able to find an offer that is very commonly known, and that will have the customer not think twice about buying into your offer, then you're already at the top. You're already going to win every single time. So always focus on customers that sell to themselves. And then, once again, also focus on volumes and eliminate time wasters at all. Always eliminate time wasters. You've now gotten an understanding of what the time wasters are, and always try to stay away from them. Usually the time wasters are the emails that you usually get from people that have maybe one sentence where it says, how much do you charge? Show me your case studies. Those are usually the time wasters that you want to stay away from. But the ones that are really good are the ones that will ask you for case studies and ask you for pricing and still ask you for a meeting. Those who actually ask you for a meeting would like to know what calendar, what time you're available to speak. Those are good potential clients, and those are the ones you should keep onto your list. Without that being said, this is X-Men signing off, and I hope you enjoyed this content today. And on our next chapter, we will discuss further on this topic and break it down for you. This is X-Men signing off.